is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. I'm Barbara Cochran with my absent co-host, Dr. Gene Dorio. He's with patients and unable to attend today. And we're on our hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And speaking of seniors, we have the one and only Kevin Mcdonald, CEO of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center.
Great to be with you.
Yes, good. Okay, well, you gave me some information here. It looks like a lot is going on at the Senior Center.
Yes, the reopening has definitely started, and we're doing it
Bella Vita.
Safely in a nice way at Bella Vita.
Yes,
which means
yes.
beautiful life. And as you know, our goal is to give our seniors a beautiful life. That's
Absolutely.
why we called it Bella Vita. And we strive for that every single day.
That couldn't have been more appropriate either.
No,
Beautiful
and when
life,
the name was
really.
first brought up, everyone was scratching their head and saying, "What are you going to call it?" And no, but when you really
Bella
look
Vita.
at it, it means a beautiful life. And what a
Beautiful
great
life.
purpose to have for our seniors.
Oh, absolutely, because they can have a beautiful life there. Mm-hmm. They may have a lonely life at home, but when they're able to go to the senior center, it opens them up,
And that's our goal.
makes them happy.
Right. And that's
Yes.
the mission, and that's our purpose every single day
Yes.
for all of our staff and all of our volunteers.
Yes.
So
And the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center was founded in what, 84? Mm-hmm. Was it? Yeah, 84. Because my husband was responsible for that.
right. And what a wonderful group with your husband and the founders who said, we're going to establish a private nonprofit organization in this valley to serve seniors.
That's right.
Because there's a lot of senior centers within the county. Many of them are city-owned and operated, or county-owned and operated. And there's not a lot that are private. And the private nonprofit gives us a little bit more flexibility on what we're able to offer and do and serve the community. So we're grateful for those founders that
Yes.
said this is the path we're going to take.
Absolutely.
The other thing those founders did, and you'll recall this, though, the founders believed in cooking fresh meals every day.
That's
And that's
exactly right.
such a rare occurrence now that they said that, and in the old Market Street kitchen, and now we're at the Bella Vita kitchen, and it's
And
like
what
no,
a difference.
but we still cook fresh meals every day.
Yes.
When many people contract out for meals, which is fine, but we're cooking them on our premises. Our cooks knows what's going in them, and if we have to adjust things, we make those adjustments. But it's coming out fresh out of Bella Vita every day.
And those meals are delicious. They really are.
They are.
Because when Russ was so ill, I had some delivered, and they're enormous.
Yeah.
I mean, there was in that one box, there was enough food for both of us.
And that's on purpose. We have a great chef. Joanna Bellawanga is our executive chef for the last 9 years, and she has some great cooks. We got Eric and Frank in there, and Adriana, and they just do that every single day. They're showing up at 5:30, going by the recipes and cooking it up. And the reason that there's a lot of food in there is also we're not sure if that's the only meal of the day for that senior.
That's right.
So we lean on heavier doses just because we're just not sure. And, so they have a little bit at lunch and a little bit at dinner. That's just fine with us.
Absolutely. And that's so helpful also because a lot of seniors really cannot stand in the kitchen and cook. Mm-hmm. And some of them aren't able to have caregivers come in and always do it for them, So having a meal delivered and you can have 2 meals out of that one meal makes a big difference.
Right.
It
I
really
think you probably
does.
know we're doing 7 meals a week right now. So we're doing the regular 5 days, and then we're also giving frozen meals packaged for the weekend. So people are also getting that Saturday and Sunday.
That's incredible. It
So
really
during the
is.
pandemic, the county, partially county funded, said let's do 7 days a week with meals, and that's what we're able to adjust to do that. So a lot of work going on for that.
And it's so appreciated by so many of our seniors.
Mm-hmm.
It really is because we have a tremendous senior population in Santa Clarita.
And it keeps growing, and we haven't hit the peak yet, and it's going to continue to grow. So our goal is to do that. Can I share a little bit of the menu with you?
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
I think you have it in front of you, too. Today's a chicken Caesar wrap, but it's much more than that. They got tomato, potatoes, and green bean salad. They got Oreos cookies in there, a fresh banana, and some milk going out. Tomorrow they got beef chili with cornbread. That sounds good already. And then Friday we have the famous teriyaki salmon, and that's a hot meal going out on Friday. So that's just this week. And then we mix it up with shepherd's pie this month. We got fish tacos going out this month, the bacon ranch turkey wrap. You name it, they're mixing up the menus for the entire month. And that's what's happening. I mean, that's one of the bigger focuses, to make sure people are fed during the pandemic and afterwards.
Oh my goodness, look at some of this food on here. Oh, wow.
And you can't get that for processed kitchens. You have to do it yourself, and we do it for here. We do it for Antelope Valley. We do those fresh meals.
And how many do you serve in Antelope Valley?
We're doing about 40,000 meals a month is the best number to give you.
40,000 a month.
40,000 meals in Antelope Valley. We're doing 30,000 for the Santa Clarita Valley, with room to grow. So if the need is there, we keep trying to produce and meet the needs. And that's growing even as we get closer to post-pandemic eras, because we just found out, people do need it, are more homebound than we thought, and they've learned that it's available to them.
So you serve more in the Antelope Valley than you do in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Right.
Is it that much larger up there? Do they have that
it's
many
larger,
more?
It's need. There's a whole bunch of different factors that go into it.
Wow.
So, and we started doing that in 2018 in the Antelope Valley. So if the need is there, our board of directors has said, let's serve, and we can just continue to serve if there's a need. They've given us the wonderful directive to just keep going and doing it.
And
so
you have a terrific board of directors.
Yes.
I used to be on it.
Mm-hmm. No, a
was
great
on it
board
for
that
many
gives
years.
us that policy and that direction so we can go
Absolutely.
forward and serve. And the meals for Santa Clarita Valley, just so you know, we're averaging out right now for the Meals on Wheels. We're at about 520 meals a day are being delivered. And the startling to me is not just that, but it's the drive-through service, which happens in our parking lot every day. So someone says, can I come by at lunch? Well, between 11 and 1, the parking lot is filled with up to 500 meals are being handed out every day with our volunteers that are out there in a drive-through format. And that's serving the need, and that continues to grow, which has surprised me that the drive-through service continues to grow. So if you're a senior, 60 and over, and eligible, and you just have to fill out our forms for us, then you can get a meal, and they keep coming back. And we're happy they keep coming back. I think the drive-through will last for a very, very long time at Bella Vita, because that's where people are comfortable right now.
Well, looking at this menu, I can see why. I mean, there's some incredible meals on this every single day in October. Good glory.
So, and that menu is posted on the website, so they can always check out what's going on. And people pick their days or they pick their favorite. As long as they're signed up with us, they can just keep coming back, and that's the beauty of it.
Broccoli, beef, chow mein, and vegetables. Fish tacos, cilantro, lime rice, and Mexican street corn. Whoa, roast beef sandwich. Creamy lemon, herb, and caper fish. Oh my goodness. Teriyaki salmon, barley pilaf, and vegetables. Wow. Creamy shrimp scampi. Ooh, that sounds good.
It is good. I've had it myself. That is good.
That really sounds good. And the traditional British shepherd's pie.
There you go.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
my
people
goodness.
ask me how this is funded. It's a great question, because it's funded through the Older Americans Act, which is a federal program. It comes down, stops at Sacramento for a little bit, and comes down to the county with the county department. And they support us with some of the funds, about 85% of the funds. We have to make a 15% match for every meal. So we have to raise some money on our own just to, because it's not fully paid for. And that's what we do every day. So it's that nonprofit status what we have. But the county covers about 85% of the cost, and we have to chip in that 15%.
Well, that happens when you have the celebrity waiter dinner, doesn't
Right,
it?
and all those fundraisings help support that, because
yes.
that's a pretty big gap when you're talking about $8 million a year in meal costs.
Wow, that really is. But that that fundraiser raises a lot of money, and it's a lot of fun.
Right.
It really is.
And you were there, and we're going to do it again next year.
Yes,
so
we are. We're
as soon
going
as
to
we
do
have
it
a date,
again.
we're going to let you know.
Yeah, and I got a nice table, haven't
Yes, you
I?
did. You got the head table for next year, so thank you very much for supporting that.
Oh, my goodness.
I did want to touch on, outside of the meals, because we're famous for the wonderful meals, but we've slowly reopened the senior center, so people are taking classes right now, and the list of classes, and it's funny because I just hear the songs going on during the day, and the list is growing and growing. You have to make reservations, of course, because we only have a limited number of seating for some of the classes. But
Well, you hear the music. Are you routing
I'm
around just
dancing
like
in my
them? Yeah.
office. Yes, I'm dancing in my office. But actually, the quiet time is Tai Chi in the morning, which is almost sold out. Some wonderful Tai Chi classes that we have going on. We have sit and be fit chair exercises. So you don't have to be totally fit, but if you can hang out in a chair. And each class that we have is also Zoomed. So if you're homebound, you can just Zoom in and take the class. We have a great number of instructors. They're so good and they're so fun with our seniors. And I was in there taking some pictures with them the other day. Zumba toning and Zumba Gold, chair Pilates and a stretch. Pinochle starting to pick up again because people are getting back together. Creative writing. Ladies Billiards was there yesterday, and they were hanging
Really?
out together. Introduction to drawing, a great instructor named Teresa who really helps us out with that. They're actually playing Wii Bowling again, which is a whole thing in itself with the Wii Bowling team.
Wii bowling.
Wii Bowling, and it's a game you work with the computer and a big screen TV, and
Oh, my
we have a
goodness.
club for it, Barbara. This is a national organization that comes out of Wii
Oh.
Bowling. So what fun they're having, though. And they're doing that. They got the watercolor, the book club. We have some discussion groups.
Now, what is the watercolor? Is that painting?
Yeah, it's another
Watercolor
painting class, yeah.
Oh, my.
So we encourage people to go on the website. So if you're wondering what can I do, well, you can come in person now, as long as you register for the class, or you can Zoom in and take advantage of what we have to offer. So the full array of classes, Blythe Birchall runs this for us. Those are all open and available to people. So we're not closed anymore. We don't have any in-house dining, but we have everything else to do. And so it's great to hear the music in the hallways again. Great to see the people again. They all have to wear their masks, but once they come in, the comments we're getting it's great to see another person. Because you and I see a lot of people because we're out, and some people don't. So it's great to see another person. It's great to be in a safe environment where we can be a little distance because it's not a packed room anymore. Everyone's wearing masks. So there's a level of comfort that's growing and growing, and we're thrilled that that's available.
Well, it's interesting because seniors are more susceptible
Yes.
to most diseases that we have around, whether it's measles, mumps, chicken pox, all those kinds of things. I mean, those are the kinds of things I had when I was a little girl. I had all of those when I was in England.
Wow.
And, the whooping cough, oh my goodness. That was the most painful one
Wow.
I had. I mean, the doctor put me in bed at home. Of course, back then, we had doctors that came to the home, and I had an Indian doctor. And he came in, he was very, very dark skinned, came in with this white thing wrapped around his head,
Well,
His
he
name
obviously
was-
took very good care of you, Barbara.
Yes, he did. His name was Dr. Lobo.
Dr. Lobo. all
Dr.
right.
Lobo. My goodness.
And as you come upon another birthday celebration coming up, they did well with you when you were young.
Yes,
so
yes. I was well taken care of.
No,
I
that's-
really was.
That's great.
Yep. And it's so nice to have the senior center at Bella Vita open again because so many seniors need it. They really do.
And that's what we just keep doing it. The events we're having, so you take the classes during the day. A typical day is you can take up to 6 classes. You can grab your lunch at our drive-through or pick up and go.
You can stay
which
there
is
all
great.
day,
You
in other words.
Sort of. You can take our counselors are there all day for you. They also have their support groups for people. If you need some handiwork done, you can call our handiwork department. So there's lots of different options. The food bank comes once a month, the LA County Food Bank, for those that are more in need. So just lots going on. And then the weekends, my weekends are full. I've been very active because I go to comedy night this Friday. Okay, looking forward to that at 7 o'clock at the Senior Center. And they bring up 6 comedians who are so funny. And it's just joy in the courtyard. It's outside.
And you're in your car.
No. This is in the courtyard outside in chairs, just like Celebrity Waiter was.
Okay.
We have a big stage. We have lights. It's beautiful. We have lights. The comedians come. They make you laugh for an hour and a half, and then you can go home, and it's free for our seniors. So that's Friday, and then next Saturday I'm coming back.
Do you serve food there
Yes,
during the
there's
comedy?
there's light refreshments
Light
for everybody.
refreshments.
And water and different drinks. And then I'm coming back next Saturday because ABBA Fab is coming.
Yes,
and
that's
they play
right.
for the city, and they're coming, and that should be sold out this year. So they're coming to play for our seniors. And when you're in the confines of an open air courtyard, we're so blessed at Bella Vita to have that. and just to see the smiles on the people's faces because you're outside and they're enjoying it and it's free. And again, it's another service for a senior that come for a meal, come for a class, come for a concert, come for a comedy show, come for bingo, if nothing else.
Well, that's true. October 12th, Tuesday at 2 p.m.
And we're doing bingo every month, which is one of our most popular. So we're averaging well over 100 people for most of our events now. And we're getting the word out a little bit more. Fleetwood Mac tribute band's coming in November. Boy, and once Christmas comes around, we have the Beach Boys tribute band doing a Christmas thing for that. And we've just, we're packing the lineup because we want people to come out and join us.
That's right. October 16th, so you won't be able to come to my birthday party.
I'm sorry. We'll celebrate. We'll be singing for you with ABBA. So happy birthday to you, though,
Yes,
and
yes,
all
yes.
you've done. But we'll be singing for you at Bella Vita that night. So
85. Woohoo!
that's amazing.
That is, because unfortunately both of my parents passed away at 70, age 70. And when I turned 70, I was literally scared to death. I kept thinking, am I going to die now?
Right.
Because usually you follow the family pattern,
Right.
which is most usual. I far exceeded it. Shoo. So
that's
October
wonderful.
12th, Tuesday, bingo. And that's in the parking lot in your
Right.
car.
That's in the parking lot, and then we have the ABBA Fab coming on the 16th. And we have a very similar lineup coming in November. So again, check our website to see that it's a concert, comedy show, and bingo every single month. And we're throwing a lot more in for December. We also have Thanksgiving coming up, which is next month.
Yes.
And we're planning for that already because we're having a Thanksgiving drive-through service on Thanksgiving Day. So Thanksgiving morning, the staff and volunteers get together while everyone's at home in the comfort of their home watching
Right.
whatever they do. We're going to be cooking a Bella Vita, probably 1,100 meals or more, and serving them through our drive-through for people.
Whoa.
And that tradition continues from Flo Lawrence and the Castaic Lions Club, the late Flo Lawrence, who helped us go
Yes.
with Alan Cameron to get that whole thing going.
Yes.
The Lions Club is going to come back and serve that morning, so we're thrilled to offer it. And it makes Thanksgiving just wonderful. I mean, my
Yes.
Thanksgivings are great. I'm exhausted when I go home, but I love that morning because you're seeing all people on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
And we're
Isn't
coming
that-
together
isn't
on
that
Thanksgiving Day.
wonderful?
So they need reservations for Thanksgiving Day, of course, but we'll have the turkey going and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes, and you got it, and the pumpkin pie's flying. So
Wow.
we're looking forward.
Wow. And what a lineup. October 8th, JR's Comedy Club. October 12th, bingo. October 16th, live concert. And then you're planning stuff for Halloween.
Yeah. And then we're going
Wow.
to do this again in November, in December, and January, and we're going to keep it going with those classes. So if anyone has a need out there, and remember our counseling and our support groups there, because we're getting into the holiday season. So a little heads
Yes.
up saying if you need someone to talk to during the holiday season, our counselors are standing by for you. They can meet you in person now or by phone, and they also have the support groups. So everyone needs somebody during their lifetime, and we're here for our seniors, especially those that are alone. We want to make sure
Absolutely.
they reach out to us.
And the telephone number to reach the Senior Center at Bella Vita is 661-259-9444.
You got it.
Oh my goodness, I've memorized that number. Holy cow. Numbers of times I've called it. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you. Happy
for
birthday
coming in.
month to you, and thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you. It was great seeing you again, and we'll see you again next month.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, take care, love.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I'm Barbara Cochran with my absent co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS.
Youth workshops return to the Canyon Theater Guild. Join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays, starting September 7th, for 10 weeks of teamwork and fun while creating theater magic. Our day class from 12:30 to 3:30 will create the fun, pixelated world of video games with Press Start, while our after-school class from 4 to 6 embarks on a swashbuckling adventure with space pirates. Class size is limited, so register today at 661-799-2702 or visit canyontheater.org.
Want to laugh at TMJ and that obscenely overpriced bike card? Discover the 3 most common mistakes that must change to stop TMJ for good. Hi, I'm Dr. Thomas Palucki, and WebMD chooses me as best chiropractor in functional medicine in Santa Clarita. Something to think about. So, when you're ready to get better, go to drpolucky.com. That's drpolucki.com to schedule your free consultation now.
This is Bradley from Santa Clarita Grocery, the all-volunteer grocery program serving children, families, and individuals experiencing food insecurities. Since January 2020, Santa Clarita Grocery has distributed 83 tons of fresh groceries to 4,465 families in the SCV. Santa Clarita Grocery is a drive-up, drive-through service with physical distancing in place to continue serving our community. If you are in need or looking for a charity to do the most good for our community, please consider partnering with us by donating to Santa Clarita Grocery, one of the most efficient charities in the Santa Clarita Valley. A full 99 cents out of every dollar goes directly back to the community. Santa Clarita Grocery operates on a 1% overhead and is sustained through private donations. Santa Clarita Grocery is at 21176 Center Point Parkway in the Oasis Furniture parking lot. Please visit our website, santaclaritagrocery.org, or our Facebook at Santa Clarita Grocery to make a difference in our awesome town community. 661-425-7575. Be our guest and experience the difference.
Aloha, friends! Go check out Honu Coffee, home of the best cold brew coffee. What makes their coffee special is how their organic coffee beans are infused with nitrogen to create a smooth and delicious cup of coffee. You'll also find traditional bold coffees and island-inspired signature drinks. They're the perfect place to catch up with friends or just relax with your favorite cup of joe. Honu Coffee on Lyons and Walnut in Newhall. Stop by and say aloha.
And now for your convenience, a second Honu location at 23502 Lyons Avenue between Peachland and Apple.
Mission Valley Bank is a commercial bank in the Santa Clarita Valley that really puts the community into community banking.
At Mission Valley Bank, we strive to be a trusted advisor to our clients, and that means being an integral part of the communities we serve. We started the Give Where You Live program to help bring awareness to our nonprofit partners. We're more than just a local business bank. In fact, we're a full-service, independent commercial bank that is locally owned, community-minded, and relationship-driven. I'm Tamara Gurney, President and CEO of Mission Valley Bank, and I invite you to experience the Mission Valley Bank difference, where your success is our mission. We want to be your most valued bank.
Mission Valley Bank has been named Most Trusted Advisor Business Banker by the San Fernando Valley Business Journal 5 years in a row and received the Business Leadership Award by the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce, Valley Industry Association, and SCV Economic Development Corporation. Visit them at their Center Point branch location or at missionvalleybank.com. Member FDIC.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to santaclaritahearingcenter.com, located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's santaclaritahearingcenter.com.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host who is attending to his business of taking care of patients. On your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And our guest now for the rest of the hour is Adam Laraway from Focused Physical Therapy.
Hi,
Good to
Barbara.
have you back.
Oh, nice to see you again, Barbara. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And with Kevin Mcdonald here from the Senior Center, we were talking about seniors.
Okay.
And maybe we can continue talking about seniors as far as physical therapy is concerned.
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure you have quite a few seniors
We do.
as clients.
Yep, we do. We see the whole age range, but we definitely have our seniors that come in.
Now, what kind of problems do the seniors come in when they need physical therapy?
We see quite a range. I mean, we see definitely your total hips and your total knee replacements. Total shoulders. Occasionally, we don't see those as common. But just kind of some general aches and pains. We see balance issues, people that have fallen, and so they get injured from that, and so we work on balance and that type of stuff. But we see pretty dynamic, amount of different patients and what we're helping them with and different problems.
So, what kind of treatment would someone with balance problems get?
So with balance problems, we look at kind of three different things because you use three different systems for balance. So you use your vision, you use your hearing, which is called your vestibular system, and then you use your input through your hands and your feet, which we call proprioceptive input. And so we really kind of put you through tests to kind of challenge those three different systems to see which one is having issues, And unfortunately, as we age, what happens? Our vision gets worse, our hearing gets worse, and our joints get arthritic. So it's the perfect recipe for, obviously having falls. But the cool thing about it is that the system is adaptable, and so you can really challenge it. I mean, obviously I can't fix somebody's vision, I can't fix somebody's hearing, but if you challenge the system, the other systems that are maybe at a deficit, the ones that are stronger will pick up the slack. So some of the stuff that we do, like we'll do with balance, we've got different like balance boards and foam pads, and we'll do stuff standing on one leg and either using your hands or not using your hands. Sometimes we'll do eyes open, eyes closed, so we challenge those systems.
I would imagine eyes closed would be a real challenge.
It is a real
for
challenge.
seniors.
Yeah, it's amazing how like I can have somebody balancing, on one leg and say they've got really pretty good balance and they don't need to hold on to the table with their hands. And as soon as you close, if that vision system is really helping and you close your eyes, all of a sudden, boom, they've got swaying all over and they have to put their foot down and that type of stuff. So that tells us those other systems weren't working as well, and the vision system was a bigger, help. And so we can challenge that. And that's important because think about, if you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, it's dark. So even though you have your eyes open, your vision isn't giving you much input. And that's where a lot of times people are, trying to walk along the wall, or they're, touching an armoire or a chest of drawers and stuff. They're, anytime you get any additional input, that helps with the balance.
Well, when that happens to me in the middle of the night, I usually put my legs over the edge of the bed and move them up and down.
Yep.
So that
circulation going.
Yeah, so that I've got the circulation going.
Absolutely.
And then I'll get up, put my hand on my side table, reach over and put my other hand on my chest of drawers, then hit the wall, and go into the bathroom.
Yep.
And it takes a while to get there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because, I figure, Barbara, you're not getting any younger, you're getting older.
Right.
And that's what happens with the balance.
Absolutely.
And if I'm getting up out of my living room chair, I have learned to do it very slowly.
Yep.
Because I've tried to just bounce out and whoops,
exactly.
There I go on the floor.
Exactly.
It's happened to me too many times. And I thought, knock it off, Barbara. You've got to be more careful.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that's what it takes.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's really important. And, another thing that can factor in is, with diabetes, you start to get some loss of sensation in your feet. So you don't have that, as much sensation. So when you do get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and you put your feet on the floor, if you're not feeling that, then your brain's not getting that input. And, and there's a term for that called peripheral neuropathy, which a lot of people suffer from.
That's what I have.
And so that decreases some of that input.
Yes,
and
it
that can
does.
affect your balance as
and
well.
And that is worse at night.
Yep.
It's very seldom a problem for me during the daytime because I'm moving around and, doing things.
Yep.
But after you've been asleep for a while, whoops.
Yep.
Where's the feeling in those feet?
Yep, absolutely.
And I do take medication for it.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't eliminate it completely.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. But that's when I feel it most is in the middle of the night.
Yep.
I'll go to bed and not have any problems, but oops, if I have to get up in the bathroom, well, there it is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The pit's getting older.
It is, yeah.
But thank goodness I am.
That's right.
Rather than the alternative.
Exactly. You got to count those days. Every day is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And especially because I lost my parents when they were 70.
Oh, wow.
And that's young.
That's young, absolutely.
In today's world.
Absolutely,
Of course, back then it wasn't young.
Right.
Because, being 70, well, okay. But when they turned 70, I thought, and when I turned 70, as I mentioned the last part of the hour, first part of the hour, I was really scared to death.
Yeah.
I really was.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get that.
But I surpassed it.
That's right.
And I'll be 85
That's
The
wonderful.
16th of this month.
There you
Woo!
go.
I'm
Wonderful.
throwing a party.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Why
Well,
not?
happy early birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, you only live once, and why
Absolutely.
not enjoy it?
Yeah.
You know?
I have one grandma who's still alive. She's 99. She
Oh, bless her heart.
turned 99 last month.
99.
Yep, yep. So she's going strong. She's, she gets tired, but she still lives by herself. My aunt and uncle check on her every day, and she's doing great.
That's wonderful. And I
Yeah.
bet you she'll make it to 100, too.
I think so. She's still
I bet
sharp
she
as a
will,
tack
yeah.
and gets moving around, and she just gets tired. But other than that, she's doing really, really well.
Well, I would think when she's almost 100 that she would get tired.
Right.
Holy cow. I get tired, and I'm a lot younger than she is.
Yeah.
Wow. Almost 100. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. It's
Won't that be a celebration for your family?
That will be a big celebration, yeah. She's
Oh,
up in
my
Oregon, so
goodness.
I'll have to fly up there.
Oh,
My family
you
will fly up
absolutely
there.
will have
So,
to.
yep, absolutely.
No doubt about it. Oh, my
Absolutely.
goodness. 100 years old. That's amazing. And not very many people make it that far.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, a lot of our seniors make it into their 90s.
Yeah.
But very few
Make
that
it to
close to
100.
100 and make it to 100.
Yeah. It blows my mind to think about what, the change in technology and all that type of stuff. I mean,
Let's don't go to technology, okay?
well, just all the inventions that have gone
Oh,
over
I
the
know.
last 100 years is pretty amazing.
It
to
is.
Think about what she's been through and what she's seen change.
And imagine the first black and white television set she had.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. I remember ours. Oh,
Yeah.
what a horrible looking thing it was. It was enormous. Absolutely enormous. It must have taken up half the living room,
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was so big.
Yeah.
But the little screen was very, very small.
Yeah.
I guess because they had to have all the electronics stuffed around in the rest of the piece of furniture.
Yeah. I remember our first one as well, and it had the little antenna ears,
Yes.
and it only had 13 channels you had to manually turn.
That's right.
We're
you
dating
had to
ourselves,
do
aren't
it.
we?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yes, we are dating ourselves. But my goodness. But they were good times. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to see a black and white people moving around on a little square box.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Right?
We have come a long way.
Absolutely.
And technology. This is the thing I have the problem with. This idiot cell phone.
That's a cell phone.
And you need them.
Absolutely.
You can't do without them.
Pretty amazing to think what the initial first computers, how big they were and how little they did, and now we carry these things in our pocket every day, and they do just unbelievable things.
It's amazing.
Yep.
I still haven't gotten rid of my landline, though.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't think I will do that. It's so much easier to talk on a landline
Absolutely.
than it is to talk on one of these. Oh, my goodness. I get so lost
Yeah.
trying to use this.
Right.
It's all I know how to do is turn it on, talk on it, and turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somebody will say, well, you need to put an app on your cell phone. An app
Yeah.
on my cell phone? What? What's an app?
Absolutely.
Thinking, good heavens. It's bad enough learning how to use the internet.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
But, our seniors are learning and have learned how to do it.
Absolutely.
You
yeah,
know?
Yeah. It's really interesting too, and then there's kind of two different. I don't know if attitudes is the right word, but I had three grandparents that made it. My grandfather made it till 90, and my other grandmother made it till 88. And my grandmother that was 88 had wanted nothing to do with technology. She didn't want to. Digital cameras, all phones, the whole thing. She had her phone called the Dinosaur. It was literally a flip phone.
One of
It was one of
those.
the original ones, that was a big, huge battery. But then my grandfather and my grandmother that's still alive totally embraced it. Wanted, the next newest thing and learning how to use the, the cell phones and
she uses it?
She uses it, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Wonderful.
So.
Well, that is a handy mechanism to have around because you never know when you're going to need help.
Absolutely. Yep.
And when you carry it around with you all the time, in the car, wherever you're going, it's right there just in case.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that landline is not always available to you.
True.
For just in case.
True. Yep.
Because you have to go there.
Right.
And pick it up and use it.
Yep.
You
Well,
know.
now a lot of the landlines are actually through the the internet. So if your internet goes down, your landline doesn't work anymore.
Well, that's not mine.
No, that's good.
No. No, my landline, I pay for that on a separate area.
Yep.
No, it's amazing. Now, sitting in a computer
Yep.
for seniors is not a good thing.
Right. Yeah, we do a lot of postural education. We see that across the board, not just seniors. There's so many people now are on computers. They're in, sitting at desks way too much. And so, there's a lot of postural stuff that goes into that. If your head starts to come forward, your shoulders start to round.
That's right. Yeah, you do this and you're like this.
Exactly. And it goes back to biomechanics and alignment. Like if you're upright posture-wise, then gravity is loading through your head and through your spine the way it's designed to work. And so you really don't have to work much. But what I talk to even my kids and my wife and my patients about is that the minute you start looking down at that phone and looking down at that computer and all that type of stuff, your head starts to come forward. Well, if it gets too far forward, now your line of gravity has changed. And so, you're having to use the muscles in your upper back and your neck to hold your head up.
Hold your head up.
And,
that makes sense.
Yep. I have 2 teenage daughters, and I'm always talking to them about posture because it's really crucial. And I'll point out people I see, and you see them walking around town, that they're so far hunched forward because they're losing the battle against gravity. Gravity doesn't give up.
Well, the thing that really bothers me, and this happened when my husband was alive, he had to use a walker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you couldn't, and you're walking like this,
Yep.
with your head down, your shoulders are rounded.
Exactly.
And that's bad.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah, you really have to walk up in the walker so you're in a good position. It's really made more for balance than it is. So you don't want to be pushing the walker, so to speak,
That's
where
true.
it's out in front of you. You want it to be up in it so that it's keeping you balanced.
Well, they have new walkers out now that are up here. You hold
Yes.
them up here.
Yep.
And they're wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing to see seniors when they have to use a walker that they're upright
Yep.
and walking
Absolutely.
instead of hunched over,
Absolutely.
holding on to the side handles.
Absolutely. And that's important too, because if you're in that kind of forward hunch position, it can affect your breathing. It makes it harder for you to breathe.
That's right.
So if you get more upright, now all of a sudden your rib cage is expanded. That's important for your pneumonia and that type of stuff. If you're not
yes.
in that good posture, it can be hard to kind of clear all your lungs and all that stuff out. So
That's right. And he
Yep.
had COPD also,
See, there you
which
go. Yep.
didn't help the matters.
Right, exactly. So
Really
that puts some
didn't.
compromise. Yep.
Yeah, and he had a rough time.
Yep.
But I managed to pull those handles up so that he didn't like it
Yeah.
because it was more comfortable leaning over and
Right.
walking.
Well, his body
But-
probably started to adapt, so that felt
Well,
comfortable.
that was it. It felt comfortable.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden you get up into what's not, but that's where you need to be. You have to retrain your body to hold that
That's
position.
right. You
Yeah.
absolutely do.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
it's interesting because I like to go walking, and I'm doing this, my arms back and forth,
Yeah.
which helps me maintain an upright position,
Yep.
which makes a big difference.
Yep.
It really does.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but I see Evil Eye over here. I think we need to take a break, don't we? I'm Barbara Carcom with my missing Dr. Dorio on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
If you want to take advantage of today's record prices and sell your house fast without having to pay those crazy real estate commissions, listen to this. David Bartels here with Everhome Realty. Sell your home for under $4,000 and get full service, expert representation, and a 5-star experience from one of America's top 100 real estate agents. We guarantee great results. Call now, 661-403-4077, 661-403-4077, or go to everhome.io to learn more.
The Fear is calling at Six Flags Magic Mountain's Fright Fest, presented by Snickers. Select nights now through October 31st. Face your fears at Fright Fest with 24 terror-filled nights, featuring 2 new spine-tingling scare zones, 2 new shows guaranteed to make your blood run cold, plus the return of your favorite haunted mazes. Take your fear for a ride through the darkness on the most terrifying collection of bone-chilling coasters. There is nowhere to hide, and the screams never die. The Fear is calling. Beware the unnerving terrors lurking in the shadows. Visit hometownstation.com or listen to KHTS to win your tickets to Six Flags Fright Fest, plus free fright passes. Want to face your fears? Get frightfully good deals on tickets, memberships, and season passes when you visit sixflags.com today. Six Flags Fright Fest. Details at sixflags.com.
There's a very good reason Embrace Your Smile has been voted Santa Clarita's #1 orthodontist for 10 years in a row.
Honestly, it's our team.
Dr. Megan LaCornu.
I think for me, what makes it stand out is when I have patients that come up to me and say, we have never been in a doctor's office that feels like this. Our team is a family, and we really get along, and we are really passionate about what we do, helping our patients get the smiles they want and deserve.
Dr. Megan LaCornu of Embrace Your Smile Orthodontics.
Embrace your smile.
EmbraceYourSmile.com.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my missing co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220, KHTS. And we're speaking with Adam Lowry from Focus Physical Therapy. And we have a piece of equipment that you want to talk about now.
Yeah, I have a piece of equipment that kind of differentiates me from a lot of the other PT clinics and chiropractors in town. It's called the Newbie, and it's pulse direct electric current, which is pretty cool. It's different than a lot of the other electrical stim therapies that I've used in my career and a lot of the other clinics use, just because it's direct current versus alternating current. And there's a big difference there because it allows me to kind of map the neurological system and really tap into where the problem is. It was kind of cool. I had a new patient this morning that I was evaluating. They were having some difficulty with kicking motions, and the pain was in the front of the thigh. But when we mapped them this morning to figure out where the problem was, it was actually in their hamstring, which makes sense.
Well, that's a big difference.
Right, yeah, the other side. But it makes sense because the hamstring is what decelerates the leg as they're kicking. So we went through the mapping process, and we did find a secondary spot in the front of the thigh. But then we put pads on there, and we worked through some different mechanics, and the pain subsided. So it's pretty cool stuff. And for what we were talking about earlier, I use the Newbie to help with peripheral neuropathy. With that, we usually do is we put you. It's going to sound funny, but we put your feet in a bucket of water. We put an electrode in the water, so we actually electrify the water. I know you're not supposed to put electricity next to with water, but with the direct current, it's totally safe. But it helps to improve that sensation and restore that sensation. And I've had some pretty cool success stories with helping the peripheral neuropathy, which is a very difficult thing to treat because a lot of the medications kind of take the edge off, but they really don't fix the problem.
That's true.
And I've had some pretty cool success stories where people couldn't feel their socks, and they get out of the foot bath, and all of a sudden they can feel their socks. It's really, really cool.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I use it also. We do it for hand baths as well. So we'll stick, so it's like I've had a patient that had a stroke, and their hand was very flexed and clenched, and we got them in the hand bath, and we used the direct current to get that spasticity and stuff to relax and open the hand up, and they got some pretty good function back. So there's a lot of uses that I use the Newbie for.
Well, what about arthritic patients? How do you use the newbie for that also?
Absolutely. The arthritis I can't fix. The arthritis
No.
is a structural, deficit that has
Yes.
occurred, from wear and tear on the joints. But if we can loosen up the muscles or get muscles to fire better with the newbie, a lot of times it does help. And I've had patients who, had like arthritic knees, and they were looking at getting a total knee replacement, and we were able to shut off some of those muscles that were inhibited overactive that were protecting, and then we were able to activate some muscles that were inhibited, and they started feeling better, and so they ended up not having the total knee replacement. So it definitely, I can't fix the arthritis, but I might be able to help the underlying problems and help the pain.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Well, so is this a large piece of equipment?
It's about the size of, I'm trying to think of an example. It's probably it's about 18 inches wide, and it's a piece of electrical equipment. I guess the size of maybe like your receiver for your stereo system. It's about that size. And but then we use it in different capacities to map the system and figure out what's going on. It's really cool. It's been a game changer for my practice in helping people heal quicker, which has really been a lot of fun.
That's very interesting. So do you have quite a few seniors who use this?
We do, yeah. I pretty much use the newbie on probably about 90% of my patients, just because we've seen such good success with it. So it's been a lot of fun. I use it pretty much with everybody, and most people can do really well with it.
So this is a relatively new piece of equipment.
It is, yeah. So it got FDA approval in September of 2017. So it's been around about 4 years. I've been treating with it for about 2 years. When I started with it, there was not many practitioners nationwide that were utilizing it, and now there's a little over 400 of us. So it's definitely starting to grow and get more awareness. NewFit, which is the company that makes the newbie, they just hired a research neurologist, so they're doing a lot of research to prove what we're seeing with our case studies in full-blown studies. So you're going to start hearing, I think, a lot more about it. A lot of the sports teams are getting on board. I know the Dodgers just purchased one. The LA Clippers have one. They just had one of the main running backs for the New York Giants. Garrett is the owner of the equipment. He flew back to New Jersey and helped Saquon Barkley get back on the field, who tore his ACL last year and was not doing well. And he got instant activation of his quads, and he's back on the field playing at the high level again.
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I feel pretty privileged that I got exposed to it and am able to treat with it.
That is wonderful. So how many physical therapists have this type of equipment? Do you know of many?
So there's
in this area, maybe?
In this area, there's about 3 of us. I guess if you go all the way down to Torrance, there's 4 of us that have it. So it's starting it's starting to get some exposure. So yeah.
And it seems to be working very well.
Working wonderful, yeah. It's like I said, it's been a game changer, and that's why I got in this field, is to try and help as many people as possible get back to doing what they want to do. So.
And with the newbie,
I can speed that up.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So you're very happy with this piece of equipment?
I'm very happy with this piece of equipment. I have 2 of them, and I'll be purchasing my 3rd as soon as I find another physical therapist. Yep.
Do you have room in your office for them?
I do, yeah, I do. Yep. They're on mobile carts. We move them around to the patients. So, yep, they work pretty good.
Well, that's helpful.
Absolutely, yep.
It makes a big difference if you can move it around to where the patient is instead of having for them to go into one room and have it there.
Well, because sometimes we're even walking with the machine on. So that's the cool thing, is we're doing movements with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Well, Adam, it was great having you on again.
Yep, nice to see you again, Barbara.
Yes, absolutely. Focus Physical Therapy. And how can we get in touch with you?
Our phone number is 661-255-4205, and our website is focusphysicaltherapyscv.com. And we're located at 25050 Peachland Avenue, Suite 205.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
It was great having you. And thank you for joining us, seniors, on the Senior Hour. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. Join us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.